If you're still using AI in the browser, you're doing it the slow way. You see, each of these apps has a terminal version and they make me 10 times faster. I'm getting so much work done. And the AI companies are kind of quiet about this. They're marketing these tools to developers for code, but here's what they're not telling you. You can use them for everything. And it's way better than their apps. Writing, research, projects, working in the terminal is a superpower. I'm about to show you why. I'm literally writing this video with these tools right now. And most people have no idea this is a thing. But I'm telling you, once you see AI in the terminal, you're never going back to the browser. So get your coffee ready. We're going to my favorite place, the terminal. But hold up, before we go there, I know what you're thinking. Chuck, I use AI just fine. Do you? Tell me if this sounds like you, because this is how I used to use AI. You're in the browser or app, you're asking questions. Research mode, you're diving deep into a project. Can't even see your scroll bar anymore, and this is your 5th chat because ChatGPT lost its context, or its mind. You also created a few more chats with Claude and Gemini to make sure ChatGPT wasn't lying. And yeah, you tried to copy and paste some stuff into your notes app to keep track. That never works. At this point, your project is a mess. Spread over 20 chats, 2 deep research sessions, and scattered notes. There's a better way to do this. Hear me out. It's in the terminal. Now we're not gonna waste any time, we're diving straight into the terminal. And I know, you probably have some questions, put those in your pocket for a second and we'll address those. But I first just wanna show you what it looks like. I want you to try it so you can know it's not really scary. The terminal is a fun place and we're gonna play with Gemini CLI first. Why? Because it has a very generous free tier. That's right, you heard it, free. Now I'll show you Claude Code in a second. That's my favorite by far, overpowered. But they share a lot of the same concepts. Let's just get you going. We can install it with one command. Now go ahead and launch your terminal. It doesn't really matter where you launch it. Mac, Windows, Linux, all these terminal apps work everywhere great. For me, I'm gonna use Windows with WSL, or the Windows Subsystem for Linux. If you have no idea what that is, it's totally fine. I got a video right here. So I'll launch my Ubuntu terminal, zoom in so you guys can see, and we'll copy and paste this command. Installing Google Gemini CLI. Ready, set, go. Coffee break while that goes. Never checked out coffee. And if you run into a scary issue, run it with sudo, just like this. And if you're on Mac, you can also use brew. Brew install Gemini-CLI. Now it's installed. Before we launch it, we're gonna make a new directory, mkdir, and we'll call it coffee project, just like this. Now let's jump in there, cd coffee project. Now we can launch Gemini. You'll see why I did this here in a second. Type in Gemini, one word, ready, set, go. Whoo, we're here. Now first, isn't that logo just awesome? I love the terminal, it's so nostalgic. Now first thing you'll do is get logged in with your Google account. Everyone has a Google account. And yes, this can be a free, regular Gmail account. It's gonna open your browser, sign in, and I'm logged in. Now, don't be scared, go ahead, ask it a question. Like, how do I make the best cup of coffee in the world? I love the little messages they give us, herding digital cats. It's doing a Google search right now. Pretty sick. Crafting the guide. And then it responds, just like we're used to. That wasn't so bad, was it? But notice some super powered things. First of all, we got Gemini 2.5 Pro, the latest and greatest model. Also, the browser doesn't show you this. 99% context left. Every chat you have with AI has a context window. The browser hides it from you, the terminal does not. Also, your browser can't do this. Watch. I really want you to find the best way to make coffee. Research the top 10 sites, only reputable sources, and then compile the results into a document named bestcoffeemethod.md. And then create me a blog plan. Just an outline, I'll do the writing. Ready, set, go. All right, now it's asking us a question. Do you want me to write a file for you? Do you want me to create a file for you? Yeah, dude, go for it. This thing can do everything a browser can do, but it has a superpower. It can access your computer. It can read and write files. Like, I'm not copying and pasting this. It's doing it for me. I mean, look, it actually made files on our computer. There they are. Best coffee method, coffee blog. Think about that for a second. It can access your Obsidian vault, all your notes, because those are just files sitting there on your hard drive. It can run Bash and Python scripts. It can do mostly everything because we broke it out of the browser. All right, anyways, back to the terminal. If we type in /tools, and hit enter, you can see all that Gemini is allowed to do. You can even add more tools. But this feature right here is what made me switch from the browser to the terminal. Watch this. Type in /init, just like that. Go. What it's doing right now is something powerful. It's creating a Gemini.md file. And in the process, it analyzed our project, read our folder, read our files. And yes, go ahead, buddy, create that file for me. What it just did there was create instructions for itself, context for what we're working on. Let's take a look at it. I'll cat Gemini.md, and while we didn't do much in this project, it knows. It knows what's going on. And every time you launch Gemini, it's going to load that file as its context. Like, let's test it. So we still have our Gemini session open. I'll open up another Gemini session in that same directory. This is a new conversation, fresh context, 100% left. Notice it's using our new Gemini.md file. And I'll tell it this, write the intro for blog post 1 in the coffee series. No more context, just that. It should know exactly what I'm talking about. Look at that. Yep, go ahead, buddy. I didn't give it any context. It just knew. This is a new chat session. And as I work, I can just ask Gemini to update that file with my thoughts, research, decisions we made, the progress of our project. And look, it added a summary to what we were working on to our Gemini.md file. I can close all this, start up a new session. It picks up where we left off. No re-explaining the context, no starting over, no more 20 scattered chats. We just had this one file that helps keep us organized. Everything you need, you're never paralyzed again. Now, when I saw this, I'm like, this is it. I finally have control over my context, my files, my projects. They're not stuck in some browser chat session anymore. They're right here, sitting on my hard drive, mine, my precious. Now, I'm literally using the Gemini.md file right now for this project. This is a small example. Let me show you a big one. This is the Gemini.md file for this video. It tracks everything. It describes how I create, project status, major decisions I made, even other documents it should look at. Yeah, it can do that. I'll launch a whole new Gemini session in this project. And I'll ask it for where we're at in the project. Are you seeing this? This has completely changed the way I create or do anything now. And I don't just use Gemini. It's not even close to the best one. Let's look at Claude Code, my daily driver. Oh, this one's so crazy. Now real quick, time for a coffee break and a bit of a PSA thanks to our sponsor, TwinGate. Now I'm teaching you and millions of other people how to use AI in the terminal, which will also give AI access to your computer and all your files and access to do pretty much anything. This is cool, but also really scary, especially scary if they're a remote employee. Because not only does your remote employee, or just remote person that you give access to your lab or your internal network, have access to everything over a traditional VPN, if that's what you're still using. I'm talking your servers, file servers, NAS, because that's normally how traditional VPNs work. If someone has remote access to the network, their computer has access to everything in the network, which means their AI may have access to everything in your network. This is insane, and it's why traditional VPNs are dead, or at least should be. You should be using TwinGate instead. TwinGate is all about zero trust network access, meaning they zero trust people connecting to your network. And you should zero trust them too. With TwinGate, your employee is given access to nothing unless you explicitly give it. So Beatrice here, she's on the marketing team and given access to the NAS, but only the NAS and nothing else. And definitely not access to the super secret file server where we keep all our coffee recipes. No. And TwinGate takes this to the next level. This is one of my favorite features right here, trusted profiles. You can make it to where not just any device can connect to your network, and it will do checks to see like, hey, are they running Android? Sorry, buddy, you're out of here. Because iPhones are clearly better. Everyone agrees. Or if they have Windows, we can make sure hard drive encryption is required, and they have screen lock and a firewall and antivirus, and their OS is up to date. And we can block Windows 10. All these checks will happen before they're allowed to connect to your network. This is crazy because it's also free for up to 5 users. If you're a business, it's a no-brainer. But for like a home labber, you seeing this? You can geek out with some enterprise security. It's just fun. And speaking of enterprises, if I create a trusted Windows profile, I can connect this to my CrowdStrike, Intune, Jamf, Sentinel-1, whatever EDR or EDM I have, and have that tell me if that device is secure, or if it meets my standards. Now, me and my team, we use TwinGate every single day. If you're still using traditional VPN, you're crazy, try out TwinGate. You can set it up in about 5 minutes, and it seriously is the best, most secure way to access your home lab or your business network remotely. So go check it out, twingate.com/networkchuck, or check the link below. Thanks to TwinGate for sponsoring this video and this channel. They help make my videos possible. I love my partnership with them. Anyways, coffee break over, back to the video. Now I use Claude Code, which is Claude in the terminal, for pretty much everything. It's my default. And here's why. It has a feature that changes the game. Agents. Like, look at this. I have 7 agents performing tasks right now in one terminal. Actually, there's 10. And listen, that's just one of the 7 features it has that keeps me glued to the terminal. Now, Claude Code is not free, but I do have good news. If you already pay for Claude Pro, which starts at like 20 bucks a month, you can log into the terminal with this subscription and use it. So yeah, you don't have to use API keys. And by the way, if you can only pay for one AI subscription, Claude Pro is the one I would choose, especially for the last feature I'm gonna show you. Now let's get it installed with one command. We'll copy and paste this bad boy right here, npm install, you get it. Now I already have it installed, it should tell me that. Or ask me to do sudo, it yelled at me again, I'm sorry. And then we'll launch Claude very similarly to Gemini. Just type in Claude in your directory. That's it. It will prompt you to get logged in and then ask permission to access this folder. Yes, of course. Now again, don't be afraid. Ask Claude a question. Like, I need to find a NAS for my house. Here's my budget, what I want to do. Create a report for me. And just like Gemini, it does have some fun little messages for us. It will search the web. It's got this nice TUI, terminal user interface. Oh, whoops, our thinking is off. I can press tab to turn on thinking mode. now we're thinking. And notice it is security first. Like it does ask you permission to do most things, and that's good. We can get past that here in a moment if you're feeling dangerous. I am. So it responds similar to Gemini, and it can also have a context file too. If I run that same command, /init, it will create what's called a Claude.md file. Noticing a trend here? And it's doing the same thing, looking through our project, trying to figure out what's what, and creating a context file. And also similar to Gemini, we can do something like /context, which is so crazy. We can see exactly how many tokens we've used, how much we have left, and exactly what's using it. But what's funny, with Claude, that doesn't really matter too much, as long as you know how to use their most powerful feature, agents. Let's make a Claude agent right now. It's really simple. We'll do /agents, just like this. We'll get a terminal menu, and let's create a home lab research expert. And I'll just tell it that. So create a new agent. Notice it'll ask us like where do you want to make it? Because you can have agents that are tied to just this project we're working on, or personal agents that are tied to everything. You can always call them. We'll do just this project. We'll use Claude to make it. We can tell it what we want it to be. Just gonna paste this in here and let it go to work. Notice you can give it access to tools or restrict access. We'll give it everything. Choose our model. Sonnet's great. Auto color. There's our agent. Press enter to save. And we'll hit escape to get out of that interface. And we just made our first agent, Home Lab Guru. But what's the point of that? Because I kind of feel like we can just ask Claude to do research for us, because we literally just did that. You're right, but watch this. I'm gonna do a /context once more so we can get our baseline. We've used 85,000 tokens. I'll give it this prompt, and I'm calling it Home Lab Agent. It'll figure it out. I'll have it create a document, and I'll say, make sure you reference the research we made. And I can just do an @ symbol and look at the documents in our directory. There's the NASREC folder. There we go. Watch. It's going to use the Home Lab Guru agent. There it is. There's our agent researching for us right now. Now here's why this is amazing. Actually kind of insane. So Claude was like, cool, I've got a task, but it's not for me. I'm going to delegate this task to one of my employees or one of my coworkers. And this is another Claude instance. It's like a guy sitting over there. He's like, hey, buddy, are you busy? Here's some work to do. He's giving him a fresh set of instructions, and get this, a fresh context window. You saw it just now. We have 200,000 tokens in our context window. We use 42% of it. This guy, he's got a fresh 200. That means the conversation we're having right now, me and the main Claude guy, it's protected. It doesn't get too bloated. I can give tasks to other sub-agents and never have to leave this conversation. Claude just delegated this task to a new agent. He's got a fresh pot of coffee. He's ready to go. He just walked into work. And you can create a ton of different agents for different purposes. I use them all the time to protect my context and avoid any kind of weird bias. Like for example, here's my YouTube outline for this video. I'll normally be working with Claude on an outline like this. And often the context window can get pretty big. Like this is where I'm at right now. And let's say at this point, I want a comprehensive review of my outline. I have a brutal critic agent. I can just deploy. Hey, I'll just do @ and call him. There he is, agent brutal critic, review my outline. And by the way, this is a fun one. It's designed to just completely roast me according to the framework I have and the scripting goals. And it just deploys it. My conversation is still sane, but I have a new energized employee. Just got a new sub. Coffee in hand, fresh eyes, ready to go. Like, look at him go. And you can run multiple agents like I showed you at the beginning of the segment. Let's go check on our home lab agent. Actually, he's been kind of busy. Oh, he's still going. We're gonna have the best home lab ever. And by the way, we can hit Control O to see what he's doing. Oh no, I interrupted him. I interrupted. Sorry, keep going. Don't mind me. Actually, let's open up a new window. Jump into our project, which we still have coffee project. It's okay. It'll figure it out. Launch Claude in there. He's got his Claude.md file. He knows what's going on. And let's run this prompt. We'll launch our home lab agent to research the best Proxmox servers. At the same time, do a general agent that'll just search for the best pizza place in Dallas, Texas. And then another home lab agent that'll find the best graphics card for gaming right now. And then put it all together in a comprehensive report. Let's go. Now, that's doing its stuff right now, deploying new employees. Over here, I've got the Home Lab Guru working, finding the best network equipment. I feel so powerful right now. This is so fun. Yeah, there the 3 agents go. Of course, we gotta give it permission to search the web and stuff. A lot, actually. I'll show you how to get past that here in a moment. Actually, I'll show you right now. I'm gonna actually interrupt them. I'm gonna hit Control C to get out of there, Control C twice. We can run this switch. And actually I'll do Claude-R so I can resume a previous conversation. Yes, you can do that. And then I'll do --dangerously -skip -permissions. This is Claude without training wheels. Ready, set, go. We can choose that previous chat we had. Let's do this one here. Yes, I interrupted you, I'm sorry. Go ahead and do it again. And notice right here, bypass permissions is on. Go. Now we're cooking, man. Look at this. 3 employees, fresh cups of coffee, just going. I told you the terminal was awesome. Let's get crazier. I'll create another tab because no one can stop us. Jump into our project, launch Claude in dangerous mode. And what do you say we have Claude use Gemini for research? Yes, because we can run Gemini and Claude and all these terminal tools in headless mode, meaning you don't jump into a TUI, you just run them with one command. It's like Gemini-P, and then here's your prompt, find pizza. We can just create an agent that does that. Let's make it happen. Create a new agent. I'll give it a basic prompt. You are a research expert. You will use Gemini in headless mode to research. Use it like this. That should do it. Let's check in our home lab. Guru. Yeah, he finished up. So looking back at our home lab guru, he used 40,000 tokens. Just himself. Fresh employee. Let's check our context for this conversation. We only used 4,000 more tokens for that. It was 85, now we're at 88. All right, now let's find the best AI terminal videos on YouTube. Use the Gemini research agent. And look at that, it's using Gemini to search. We're having an AI use an AI right now. There's the prompt. I want to hit Control-O. Let's check on our multi-agent, see how they're doing. They're still working, man. All right, it finished up. Our agent used Gemini to find the top 10 videos, but this next feature is tied with how awesome Agents is. And I'm embarrassed to say I just found this out while making this video. Now, Claude Code, it was built for coders. It's in the name, but I hacked it, kind of. Claude Code has a feature called output styles. Look at this, /output style. We got a few defaults in here, and these essentially control the system prompt for Claude Code, how it's going to respond to you, the persona it has. The default is code, and that's what we're using, but we can change that. Let's create a new one. So I'll go back here, type in output style again, and do output style new. It's actually an agent. I didn't know that. Well, let's just be simple. You are a home lab expert designed to help me create the best home lab possible. That's it. Now we can get a lot crazier than that, but you get the idea. And that's it. If I type in output style, there it is. I can adopt that right now. Or when I back out and I jump back in, I think it should adopt that style by default. Yes, it does. You can create output styles that are tied to just your project or as a whole, whatever project you jump into, you can switch to those output styles. I'm using the output style right now to make this video. You wanna see it? Script writing output style, and this is what it looks like. Pretty intense. Optimized for what I do. Now, honestly, this entire video could be about Claude. There are so many features, like you can do Shift Tab to cycle between modes. One of my favorites is planning mode. Hit Shift Tab, there were plan mode on. This will put a very well thought out plan together, and then you approve it, and then it just does it. Like, there it is. And no, keep planning, or yes, let's keep doing it. And there are so many things, I can't dive into them, like they have prompts, hooks, custom status lines, you can paste images into your terminal. But here's the thing, I don't just use Claude Code. I use Gemini, I use Claude Code, and I use Codex, which is ChatGPT's terminal tool, all at the same time. Let me show you how. Gemini, Claude Code, ChatGPT's Codex. I'm using all three right now to work on this video script. How? 2 steps. First, as long as I open up Claude, Gemini, and Codex in the same directory, they're all using the same context. It's the same project. Let's do that right now. Claude, Gemini, if I spell it right, and Codex. The second thing I do is I make sure my context files are all synced up. They all say the same thing. So Gemini.md, Claude.md, and agents.md, which is what Codex uses, and they're trying to make it a standard. They're all the same. And I usually have a terminal open for each one while I'm working on a script or any kind of project. Watch this. I'll tell Claude to write a hook for this video, authority angle, write it to authority hook.md. I'll have Gemini write a hook on a discovery angle, write it to discovery hook.md, and then I'll have Codex review it. And that's normally what I do. I find ChatGPT is very good at analyzing things from a high view. Gemini and Claude are very good at the work, the deep work. And look at it go. They're all using the same context, different roles. I mean, I have 3 different AIs working on the same thing at the same time. No copying and pasting. They can see each other's work. They're working in the same directory. Like, that's awesome. And it's done. Looks like Claude won this one. Good job, Claude. Now, are you seeing what's happening here? This is the craziest part about this. Everything I'm doing, talking with these 3 different AIs on a project, it's not tied in a browser, it's not tied in a GUI. It's just this folder right here on my hard drive. I can copy and paste that folder anywhere. All the work, all the decisions, all the context, it's mine. And that's the difference. Nothing annoys me more than when ChatGPT tries to fence me in, give me that vendor lock-in so I can't leave. No, I reject that. I own my context. If a new, greater, better AI comes out, I'm ready for it because all my stuff is right here on my hard drive. I will use all AI. I will use the best AI. No one can stop me. So I got a little excited there. And that's what I want you to take away here. Leaving the browser, going to your terminal, puts you back in control, and it gives you better features. Oh, but now I want to get real practical. I want to show you exactly how I run a project like this, how I keep things in sync, how I keep my Claude, Gemini, and agents files in sync, and work on a daily basis using a system like this. I'm gonna refill my coffee. I'll see you there. Okay, this video was made with this process. First thing I wanna show you is how things are synced up. Specifically my Claude file, my Gemini file, and my agents file, which is Codex. It's an agent, that's all it is. So if I get back to my terminal here where I was showing you earlier, when we had our hooks developed, Claude made one, Gemini made one, and Codex critiqued it. I rely on Claude to run my agent that will close out everything. So I'll just normally do this. When I'm done for the day, I'll go, hey, let's close this out, run, and I'll mention my agent script session closer. Let me show you what that looks like. This is one of those agents I keep as a personal agent. I use it for many projects. And these agents are just files. They're files inside an agents folder. I'll cat that file here, script session closer. And here it is. It does a lot of stuff, but some of the key things it does. And actually, while I'm talking with you about this, I'm gonna go ahead and run the agent because we did some stuff, didn't we? I'll run that agent. But first, it'll gather everything we talked about, everything we did, and do a comprehensive summary. It will then update a session summary file that's specific to just updating what are some things that were done in the past sessions. It will see if any core project files need to be updated. And if I'm talking with Claude, it will update every context file. Claude, Gemini, agents. And then this is probably my favorite part. I commit my project to a GitHub repo. So normally you would use Git for code, right? For writing and deploying code. I treat my scripts and pretty much every project I work on in my life like code. We commit that change, give a reason for that change. So I can see a history of what I did and why I did it. Maybe something breaks. I can go back to that change and reinstate it. That's the power of using GitHub with all your ideas. Now this is killer for me because I'm really bad at documentation. I'm really bad at keeping track of things, but now I have this help me keep track of things. So when I'm really tired at the end of the day and I've been working on a video and my mind is fried, I'm like, okay, tell you what, I'm done. Close this out. It will look through all the stuff. It will figure out where I'm at, end the project, end the day, where I need to be, and then I can start fresh the next day and be like, hey, where are we at? What are we working on? It can tell me, hey, Chuck, you finished the script. It's time to record. We made these 3 decisions. Go for it. That's it. Like this is the tool I've been looking for. The syncing is probably my favorite part. No, actually, this thing is my favorite part. How it roasts me. So I don't only use these AI terminal tools to help me create, I use them to critique me and make me better. So here are my critics. These guys are so stinking mean, and I designed them to be. They are agents. I get the brutal critic. I told them to be mean. So I had an issue where my AI was being way too agreeable. Like I'd write something and be like, oh, Chuck, best thing you ever wrote. I'm like, you're gaslighting me, stop it. I wanted something to be super mean. I wanted it to be hard to please so that when it did tell me I did a good job, I knew it. Like it was good. And that's what this thing does. So like, actually, I'm curious if my script right now is any good. I actually have not used it yet on this, which I normally don't do. It's bad. Let's see. I'll say use the brutal critic to absolutely roast and verify my stuff is good and this script. I'll just reference my script because again, everything's a file. Local here on my file system. I mean, you can just move so quickly and nimbly when you have a system like this. And the agent's gonna go. It's gonna do its thing. And again, what I love about this is while I've been talking with this AI for a minute, right? We've been going back and forth doing things. If I asked that session to review me, it would have a ton of bias coming into that based on like what we've been talking about. I don't want that. I want a fresh cup of coffee critic coming in going, here's what I know Network Chuck needs to have. And I'm gonna roast his current script on what he's doing. That's what I need. Notice, it was really quick. Editor freeze frame on that. I have inside its instructions to read some framework documents I have that describe how I create and describe like what my thing is, who my audience is. Again, I don't copy and paste. I got context already here. You can reference that. Oh, I love this so much. It's my favorite thing. I had to make a video about this because I wouldn't stop telling my wife about it and she was going crazy.
Whenever he talks to me, it just goes in one ear and out the other.
I tell everyone about this. I'm actually really scared about what it's gonna say. Oh no. Okay, let's see what it said. So when I fix it, it'll be good. What did it tell me? Oh, it's an 8.2, that's not bad. Now, I forgot I did this. The brutal critic has 3 personalities or 3 people that come in and roast it from different angles. I forgot I did that. It's insane. Okay, I don't like this. I'm not sure I agree with this. We'll see. It says segment 5 is a feature dump. 9 features, 0 depth. 5 to 8% retention drop, which means you'll stop watching. Let's prove it wrong. Segment 5 is coming up. We're currently in segment 4. Jump there if you want to. I don't care. Tell me if it's bad. It's actually really cool, I hope. But seriously, doing stuff like this saves me hours. Now also, I want you to know this, like it's not writing for me. Like I'm doing the writing because I like to keep that. I think that's important now with AI. But I do have AI like roast me, help me stay on track because I get distracted. I might make some really bad creative decisions that aren't in line with what we're trying to do. Now the point I want to hit home is that I made this for me. This is my own personal software. Exactly my use case. What can you build for you? That's just for you and your niche and whatever you're trying to make happen. And this is just one tool I've made. Look at the other stuff I've done. That crazy project I showed you in the beginning, running like 7 agents. This is a custom built project just with Claude Code. And I'm gonna use it right after I record this. It's gonna go through every file. It's gonna transcribe it, read it, and give my editors notes they need to be able to edit this video. Like, hey, Chuck repeated himself 17 times in the 4th video, and it's a disaster, ignore that one. It will do that. Seriously, the tools I create are so powerful for me, I wake up every day feeling like I have superpowers. I want this for you. Now, speaking of superpowers, let's talk about segment 5. There's a tool that's actually open source. Now, you can use any model you want with this open source alternative. And it might be the best tool of all of them. I'm still testing it. You also get Grok free, which is pretty sick. And a really powerful part of this is you can log in with your Claude Pro subscription and use it like Claude Code. Let's play with it. It's called OpenCode. We can install it with one command. I'll have all these commands below. Installing, that was quick and that's it. If I can just launch OpenCode, just type it in like this, that does it. Oh, let me do a source, because I added it to my bash RC file. You might have to do this too. source.bash RC. Now let's try it. You can open and close your terminal to do the same thing. Oh, we're here. This is OpenCode. A nice TUI terminal user interface. A couple things real quick. They launched us straight into Grok Code Fast 1. They have a deal with Grok AI that allows you to use this for free for a while. So, same story. Hey, Grok Code's helping us. It even knows, like, hey, can I help you with your coffee project? No NAS stuff. So it read the document and it can do all the stuff. Okay, cool. I'm gonna exit out. We can use local models. This is the killer part. I don't think any other tool does this, but we have to edit a file. So I want a nano, and I think it's inside .config OpenCode. Yeah, that's the directory, and then I think the file has to be opencode.jsonc. I'll paste this in here. I'm gonna use, let's do llama 3.2. I think that's what I have installed. We'll find out. I'll save that. Let me see, llama list, see what my models are. Do I have 3.2? I'll pull it down if I don't. And then when I launch OpenCode again, with that config in place, oh wait, what did I break? Let me fix that file real quick. There we go. I should be able to go /model and change to llama 3.2. Hey, cool, llama works. If I back out, I can log into Claude with this command, OpenCode, auth login. I can choose Anthropic with my Claude Pro, and I'll launch this browser. Paste this code in there. And now I'm logged into Claude Code. I can just launch OpenCode now and switch models to Claude. Sonnet 4.5. And we can pick up where we left off. Because again, all our files are local. Doesn't matter what tool we use. It's all ours right here. I can switch models midway. Let's get back to Grok. Cool. What's our next step? Cool, while it's doing that, I can do new session. This is a new session. Switch models to Claude. I can do sessions, see all the sessions I have. Why do I have so many? Oh, these are my past sessions. We can also share these sessions /share, and watch this. This is so crazy. I think, is it gonna do it? Oh, the URL is copied to my clipboard. So I can go to my browser, paste that URL in, and I can, I mean, look at that. That's awesome. Wait, is it live? You can share your session with people. That's pretty neat. Okay. We can do timeline. We can jump back in time and restore. I guess like if we don't like how far we've come in our conversation, we just go back. I want that in real life. That's awesome. We can also, if I jump out of there, and do OpenCode --help. They've got agents. You can start a headless server. You can attach to headless servers, export your session as JSON data. I mean, this tool's pretty cool. And the fact that you can log in and use your Claude Pro subscription, like that's next level. Because otherwise you're putting in an API key and you're paying per use, and that's a whole nightmare. I'd rather pay up front. What's fun is I've been following these guys on Twitter before they started making this code, OpenCode. This guy Dax, these guys are killing it. So how do you feel about your browser-based GUI AI now? Pretty bad, right? Kind of feels like hammer and chisel, or chisel and hammer. I never know how to say it. Because now you can control your context, break out of that browser, that chat window, and don't let the terminal scare you. I mean, I know it's kind of intimidating if you're not used to working in the terminal. If you can get past that, this tool is for everyone. Everyone should be using this. Like, make everyone use this. I'm gonna make my kids use this. I don't know about my wife. I'm not sure if she's gonna do it. Seriously, nothing is stopping you from trying this right now. Gemini CLI, that's free. OpenCode, you can run local models if you're worried about that. And while Claude Code is paid, it's overpowered. Like, you saw all those features. I use that every day. Dude, you gotta try it. Dip your toe in the water. It's fine. It's awesome. You will feel like you have a superpower and build whatever you want. Now, do you want to go even deeper? You can add tools, MCP servers, to any of these terminal environments. I made a video about doing MCP servers here. You can add it to all these. Check it out. That's the video. I'll catch you guys next time. Oh, by the way, have you hacked the YouTube algorithm today? Just make sure you do. Hit that like button, subscribe, comment, notification bell. You gotta hack YouTube today, ethically, of course. Oh, and also let me know which is your favorite terminal AI tool, or if you even care. Like, I'm curious. Do you care about this? Because I care a lot, obviously. Tell me below. Yeah, that's it for real. Hey, you made it to the end of the video. This portion of the video I like to reserve for praying for you. You are a person. Well, actually, I can't say that anymore. It might be AI. I don't know. If you're a person, this is for you. You have a life. You've got goals. You've got things you're trying to do. You're watching this video because you want to learn something new. I want to pray for that. I want to pray for your life. This may not be your thing. Totally cool. You can click off. That's fine. So I put it at the end of the video. But if you stay, thank you. The reason I'm doing this is because I do believe in the power of prayer. The reason I do anything on this channel to help people or all the things I'm doing is because of Jesus. He saved me, he's empowered me to do everything I'm doing. And I don't know what your beliefs are on that. Regardless, I just want to pray for you. That's it. So let's do it real quick. God, I thank you for the person watching this video right now. I thank you that they are excited about tech and their lives and wanting to do something cool. Because otherwise, why would they be here? I pray that you would just fill them with joy about the future, that you remove any anxiety, that you give them peace, that you would bless their families and let their families be healthy and strong. And if there's anything going on in their lives right now that are really hard, that's just really hard to get through, divorce or just any kind of sin that's really bogging them down, Jesus, I pray deliverance over them right now, that you give them a path forward. And just let them be excited about their career. I pray you go before them and make their path straight, God, that you would create opportunities for them and that they would take these skills they're learning and do something really fun and cool with them that will provide for their families and give them a bright future. I pray this over them, God. And ultimately, I pray that all of this will lead them to maybe one day just knowing you more deeply, knowing you better, and knowing that having a relationship with you is the greatest gift, the greatest thing, that there's nothing greater you can attain apart from knowing you, Jesus. I thank you for this person, and I just thank you for this community and for letting us do this cool stuff. It's a privilege. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. All right, thanks guys. I'll see you in the next one.